What if years from now someone asks you when your life began to change and you say it was that July? Not because everything changed overnight, not because something extraordinary happened on the first day of the month, but because somewhere in the middle of ordinary life, something inside of you shifted. Maybe this is the July you started listening to yourself again. The July you finally acted on an idea that had been sitting quietly in the back of your mind. The July you became more intentional with your mornings, your energy, your relationships, and the way you spent your time. Maybe this is the month you stopped postponing your own life, because we often imagine that the chapters we'll remember forever will feel significant while we're living them. But most beginnings are much quieter than that. They happen over morning coffee, on a drive home, during a conversation that makes you see something differently, while writing something down that suddenly feels important, in the moment you decide to try again, or the moment you finally admit, I don't want to keep living on autopilot. I want to feel alive in my own life. And from the outside, nothing may look dramatically different yet. But something is moving, your curiosity is returning, you're noticing what excites you again, you're becoming protective of the things that make you feel alive. You're saying yes with more intention. You're saying no without needing to explain everything. You're creating, you're exploring, you're allowing yourself to want things again. And slowly, your days begin to feel like they belong to you. That's how a new chapter can begin, not with a grand announcement, but with 100 tiny decisions that eventually create a completely different life. So don't treat this July like something you need to get through. Live it. Take the picture even if nothing special is happening. Order the coffee and sit there a little longer. Call the person you love. Wear something that makes you feel incredible. Start the project before you feel completely ready. Take yourself somewhere beautiful. Laugh loudly. Stay for the sunset. Notice the way the air feels on a summer evening. Let ordinary moments matter, because this version of your life will never exist exactly like this again. There will be people you haven't met yet, places you haven't discovered, things you'll create that currently exist only as ideas. There will be future versions of you who would give anything to come back for 5 minutes and experience one of these ordinary July days again. So be here while it's yours. You don't need to know where every decision is leading. You don't need to turn this month into some enormous transformation. Just participate in your life. Follow what makes you curious. Create what keeps calling you. Love the people who are here. Notice what is beautiful. And give yourself permission to become someone new, because maybe the beginning of your next chapter isn't waiting somewhere in the future. Maybe you're already standing in it, and one day you'll look back at the photos, the memories, the tiny decisions, the person you were becoming, and you'll finally understand that July wasn't just another month. That was the July something came alive in me. That was the July I started showing up differently. That was the July I started saying yes to my own life. And without even realizing it at the time, I was beginning a chapter I would tell forever.